Now, the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, now says it is set for the August polls. IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati says that printing of the voters' register will proceed pending a High Court determination on a pending case. IEBC CEO Marjan of IEBC has said that the commission will use biometric and physical voter registers to verify voters during the August polls. Marjan spoke to TV47's Elizabeth Mutuku in an exclusive interview.
Thank you so much, CEO, for giving me this opportunity at least to talk to you on election preparedness. 39 days to go. How prepared are we?
Well, in terms of preparedness, I can say the Commission is fully prepared. Fully prepared. As you saw today, we were having our national election planning meeting with all the county returning officers, the returning officers and the deputy returning officers and all our staff in the field. Why? Is because now our focus is actually on the election. We are through with the other phases. We've prepared the register. We've done the issue of candidates. We've finalized. Last week we obtained the list of party lists. So we are now like one step to the election. We are now going to train the staff that we have recruited. And then after that we wait for the materials. We dispatch them. And there we are.
There have been court cases over and over. Has this delayed your actions and your preparedness towards this election?
Certainly, yes. The cases that are in court were with regard to those who are aggrieved by the Dispute Resolution Committee are likely to impact us in terms of preparedness, especially on the delivery of materials. So, especially the printing of the ballot papers. They need sufficient time for them to be printed and for them to be organized in a way that they are supposed to be dispatched, the respective constituency and then to the polling station. As we speak, I think we've got very little time and therefore would urge the judiciary to expedite those cases very, very fast. Otherwise, we are going to be in trouble.
This time you've allowed political parties, media houses to have their own tallying centers. In the event any party claims that they have won and they have declared their results, how prepared are you to deal with these situations and these circumstances?
One thing that I want to make it very clear to everyone is that it is the Commission's responsibility to declare the results. Just like they always say results declared at the polling station is final, also the results declared by Mr. Wafula Chebukati for presidential results is going to be final. And anybody who wants to contest, they can go to court. But I agree with you, there's a possibility that there are some stakeholders who may want to distort information. And therefore for us, that's why we are saying that we even want media to be involved, because when media do it, media, they are trusted by the public, as opposed to our stakeholders who would want to actually show that they are the ones who won and not the other opponent. And therefore, we believe that if media are to do that, it will give the process some credibility. But our process also are going to be efficient. We want to be on top of this exercise, as opposed to what people say that we are going to be slow and we are going to be taken over by events. No, we will actually work very fast to ensure that we deliver the results as fast as possible.
How are you going to be on top of everything, or else you've not done?
First of all, you must understand that the results, the election is not fully automated. It is partly manual and also partly automated. In as far as the election day is concerned, all the polling process, apart from identification and results transmission, is basically manual. You present yourself there physically, it is counted there physically. So that sluggishness is going to be there.
And that's why some players also want maybe to have the manual register, because everything, as you say, is more of is done manually.
No. In fact, okay, there's a difference between what I'm talking about, the manual process and election process, because I'm saying it's a combination. For identification purposes, we want to use KIMS-KIT. For results transmission, we want to use KIMS-KIT. But the polling process is actually manual, because after you have been identified, you are going to be given ballot papers. You go and you select the candidate of your choice, and then you are going to cast the ballot manually. as opposed to in a digital kind of a situation, e-voting. You'll just go and select the candidate and that's it. The system will automatically be able to determine who is actually the one. Immediately you are through with the election. But you see with manual process, what is going to happen? Immediately after that, what happens? You have now to turn the polling station into a counting station. You start counting manually again. Agree. After that, the agents have to sign. Then after that is when you capture the image. It's going to be transmitted. The forms are going to be taken manually again by vehicle to the tallying center. They have to be counted. They have to be collated. So the process is manual. So it is possible that others, like for example the agents, may take maybe just the image, the photo of the image, send it to their tallying center, and they already start tallying their results. But we are saying that even us, we are also going to have our own system of making sure that we also tally our results as fast as possible. We don't want to be put under pressure, but you also remember for us, we have a responsibility of ensuring that the results are accurate, they are verifiable, and we are accountable for them. So we'll take our time to make sure that the results are actually, they speak to the will of the people of Kenya.
But some players in this election, they feel that the manual register should be part of this election, unlike what IEBC thinks.
So we are going to sit down and discuss and agree. If ultimately the agreement is that I think they are convinced we should not have the register, well and good, that will be very, very good for the country. But if they insist, then we are going to give them that register. But the law is very clear because there was a ruling in 2017 on the same. It will be the final resort that the KIMS kit has failed. All the backups have failed. And that is when now we can be able to use the register.
Mm-hmm. I understand over 11,000 centers have no 3G network. How has the Commission dealt with this?
No, it's not true that it's 11,000 center, first of all. It is 1,111 polling centers. Those polling centers, in a polling center, we can have 3, 4, 5, maybe even up to 10 polling stations. Imagine a primary school is a polling center. So within primary school, you can have 4 classes or 5 classes where each class is a polling station. So they are such kind, 1,011. 1,111. And we are saying that in terms of preparation, we are going to use satellite modems to provide the network in those areas. So in a school, we can provide one satellite modem. It will take care of all the classes there, and they can be able to use the signal to transmit the results. It's just like if there is network, we can actually be able to access that wireless network and we're able to transmit it. So that is what is going to happen to those 1,111. But over and above that, we've been talking to the telecommunication service provider. Myself and the chairman will be meeting the CEOs of various telcos, of those telcos, the 3 telco companies. We have talked to them and they have actually informed that they are going to support us in as far as this exercise is concerned. They are going to optimize the network. They are going to make sure that they are present in areas where, remember there are 3 players. They will determine who is stronger in which area. And from there, then we will be able to know. Because we'll use two SIM cards, a primary SIM card and a secondary SIM card. The secondary SIM card is a backup just in case that there is a network challenges for the first service provider. So it's a business continuity. Because you see, something can happen to that network service provider. You can still have the other service provider to provide the network capability. So I think it's an area that we are prepared. We know the challenges and we know what to do. We are already on it, and therefore, by the time we reach that time, we shall be fully prepared.
In the event you are compelled to use the manual register, are you ready for this?
Yes, if we are compelled to use manual register, it's very clear in terms of how we should use it. Because when a manual register, the way people consider it is as if it's a backup, is a complementary mechanism. But when you appear to the polling station before the presiding officer, you are supposed to be identified using your biometrics. And if your biometrics fail for one reason or the other, because it can fail, because in Kenya, most people are hardworking. They are farmers. Some of them are masons, and therefore it corrodes their fingerprints. So it's possible for you to appear there and your fingerprints are not being read by the KIMS kit. If that happens, then we can be able to identify you using your ID number or your passport number. once we enter your ID number or your passport number, or even scan the back of the ID, there's what we refer to as MRZ. We can scan the back of your ID, and that information of the voter will be pulled on the screen of the KIMS kit. We'll see your photo. We'll also see your other details like your name, your date of birth, your polling stations. So we can be able to confirm positively that this is the person, legitimate person, who is supposed to vote. And then, if that is the case, we will allow you to vote. After, of course, there's a form that is called Form 32A. It's going to be filled, and then you'll be allowed to vote. So it's not an issue per se that there must be a physical register. But if they insist, we'll have it, but there are going to be challenges.
But why is IEBC running away from the manual register so much?
Because every decision you make has got consequences. I don't want to talk about that because, like I said, this matter is in court. But we are going to discuss with the presidential candidates. So we are going to agree in terms of what options should we actually go with. Whichever case, we are ready, by the way. We have no problem. It's very clear in terms of how we should use the register. Only when the KIMS kits have failed completely and there's no backup. The
2017 election was marred with technical issues, and how certain are we today that this won't be repeated in this election?
The issue that made the petition previously, two fundamental issues. One was basically on the text results in terms of what really happened, and two was on the issue of scrutiny, and the third one was actually on the issue of opening the server, which actually the server was opened but after the prescribed time. So this time, like I said, in fresh presidential election, we actually gave all the presidential candidates access to the server as things were happening. So same way we actually worked last time, we are going to provide them with that capability. Remember also this time we are saying that we'll provide accessibility to the results by providing API to the stakeholders, that is political parties, as well as the media, so they can be able to access these results that have been scanned and sent.
So this time servers will be very open.
Everything is going to be open. Everybody is going to see what is going to happen. The public web portal will have the results. You can also be able to access the results from there.
Is IEBC prepared for a runoff in the eventuality it happens?
Yes. In terms of preparation, we are fully prepared. You can see now we have a battle of armies that actually came to Bomas here today in our planning meeting. What does it show? It shows that now we've gone there and told them now go and do the work. They are ready for the work. 1 month after that, they will still be ready. They will have the stamina. The only thing that is required is to buy the materials. We only need the budget for us to buy the relevant materials, and there we are. In 30 days, we will conduct a runoff.
Unlike 2017 election, IEBC Commission is seen, the players therein and the commissioners are seen working together, maybe united. Is this just a show?
No, it is not maybe united. We are actually united. We are more united than...
We are not going to see divisions like we witnessed 2017.
You see, whenever there are new players, always there's going to be, initially, there's going to be norming and storming. But after that, once people have already normed, they work together. What you are seeing now is actually a commission that is working together very, very closely. Because also it's very, very important for the public to see that there is a working commission, not a divided commission. Otherwise, are you going to trust our results?
That I leave it to you at least to answer, but we are looking forward, maybe after 9th August, to see whether you will still be working together, and we wish you the very best. Thank you so much for watching TV 47.
Well, thank you very much.